3, 2, 1. Hey, folks, welcome to Bouncing Brains. We are here July 11th, Thursday on a warm, boggy night. This is episode 60?
Yes.
I'm going to go with that. 60. This is episode 60. I'm Sean Hatfield.
And I'm Freddy G. Good evening, fuckers.
Bitches. Let's jump back into this. We were talking about Bruce Lee before we started recording.
So that's what I was going to say. One of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet. And I'm not talking about Mike Tyson, because Mike was a bad motherfucker too. But Bruce Lee, man. Bruce Lee, that's what I was going to say before I was rudely interrupted. I mean, regardless of what you want to say, he was still a bad motherfucker. Like, his I don't even know, was it karate, taekwondo, whatever it was that he studied, he was like...
He studied a little bit of everything, but Jeet Kune Do was the whole philosophy system he came up with around training.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. And he was at we're looking at Mike Tyson
and
now.
Just to be clear, part of the thing that I think blows people's minds about Lee was that he was doing stuff that almost seemed like nobody else could do it. And we were talking about the punching with the weight on your hands.
Yeah.
I've tried that a couple times and read a lot about it around it, man. And at slow pace for most people, it's very good at kind of building up the muscle around the joints. But most people can't throw.
Look at fuck these
man,
fucking
people can't see this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are the clips from the California Karate Tournament.
Yeah. And he's showing off the what is it called? I don't want to call it the wrong thing. Is it called the dragon punch?
I don't know what it's called exactly, but this was whenever he was taught. This is when he had developed his own martial art style. I think it was Jeet Kune Do, right?
He's doing Jeet Kune Do.
I don't know exactly what he's supposed to be demonstrating there, but there is a video of him demonstrating the 1-inch punch, which is, we were talking, I believe, on a previous pod. No, that may have been an off-air video. We were talking about real strikers and people. That one clip with Rampage Jackson where he's like, I do it with my ass. And it's basically you're bringing it all the way from the heel through the body, through the arm, and into the punch.
You could see it more effectively in the Mike Tyson video, where he's like actually throwing his body. Like you see how he just uses his hips.
Yeah.
And, those are the punches that knock you the fuck out. Like the ones that you pull back from.
Well, it's because
your hip.
Yeah, man.
And then Mike had unbelievable fucking strength. So if he popped you in the chin, you were not gonna.
Well, see, that's the thing. I think most people can understand Mike because it's like, oh, he's a freak of fucking nature.
Yeah.
Whereas with Lee, man, he was a fucking scientist, man. I mean, he was not.
Yeah, he was like always honing and developing. Like,
if you consider not only like where he started out from physically, but like he had medical issues on top of that as well. I believe that's what contributed to the whole the overdose on whatever supplement it was that killed him.
Yeah.
Migraines, I think, was his big issue.
That was a mom. No, go ahead.
Right. But the whole issue was he was taking something for the migraines. And whatever he took was what he was allergic to. Yeah. And he took a large supplement, or a large dose of it, I should say. But what I'm saying
that's what the articles say. But
dude, it doesn't matter how you think he died. What I'm saying is you take him from where he started off, like his body build and just, I mean, you wouldn't look at him. If you go look at the early pictures of him, if you can pull some of those up, man, like you wouldn't look at him and think like that dude is a fucking, freaky beast of warfare.
When you get a chance, I doubt that you'll be able to find it, but can you try and see if you can find his diet?
Yeah, try to see that. Who do you think will win in a
Nobody
bout,
would beat Bruce Lee, bro.
No, you should.
Bruce Lee in his prime.
Bruce Lee and Mike Tyson.
Bro, they're they're two different weight classes,
and let's be honest, Mike would be like, holy shit, that's that's Bruce Lee. And he'd just get punched in the face.
Exactly, bro, exactly.
No, but like an honest, bout,
do that.
bro.
You can't do that because once a heavyweight, he would be a lightweight.
Okay,
Bruce Lee would never.
We can't
be a
do that in
heavyweight.
general because Bruce Lee's dead. If we were to use our fantasy part of our brain,
if we're setting up the fantasy scenario, how do you do this? You bring him back. You bring him back right now after he's been on a training binge, and you just go. Bruce. We know you're at top condition. Jump in this ring and fight this big motherfucker.
Well, if you were to get them both at their peaks.
Now, you also got to remember, Mike was a boxer. This dude was a martial artist. So it's still not...
It's still an art form, bro. Boxing is still an art form.
So what are they doing? Boxing or MMA?
Huh? If they were to just fight, bro, this is like a backyard brawl.
I would put my money on Tyson.
On Mike Tyson?
Again, one pop and he's gone. Look at that little motherfucker, bro.
Maybe so. This was what I was going to get at, though. If you give Lee some opportunity, bring him up. Say you bring him back today, and you're like, "Look, man, you got 18 months to prepare for this bout." I guarantee you, he's going to go get himself a fucking some jujitsu in. Like,
you also got to remember, he was not a big motherfucker either. He wasn't a tall.
Again, what we're talking about, man. He managed to put so much muscle onto a small frame, man.
Yo, you see what he's eating right there?
Rice,
bro.
You still trying to talk Freddy into getting the carbs back in?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get him to eat some carbs.
You're going to work him up to pizza, aren't you?
No. The pizza, I'm glad he's not doing the pizza.
I want my friend back. Yeah, okay.
I want my fat friend back.
I like that. That's funny.
No. I'm okay with him not eating the pizza. That just leaves more for me.
Yeah.
What I'm just saying is, like, hey, dude.
I miss pizza, though. Real shit.
Hey, man, they sell that. Have you guys checked out that pizza with the chicken crust?
No, but I want to
Chicken
try the other
crust.
one that you told me that it's made out of spinach or some shit. Somebody told me cauliflower.
Yeah, dude, that shit's good.
Where do they have that again?
They got it at Pete Pyology.
But it's
shout out to Pyology.
But it's all flour, right? There's no bread in it for sure.
No, bread is made out of flour.
I mean, I'm sorry,
cauliflower.
Call it cauliflower.
Oh yeah, it's all
there's
cauliflower.
no bread.
There's no.
Can Sean eat it?
Yeah, dude. There's no flour in it.
Have you ever eaten it?
No. I've stayed away from it like the spawn of Satan that it is.
Would you
cauliflower
eat it?
pizza?
I love cauliflower. I love pizza. I would have cauliflower on pizza, but the idea of trying to substitute what the essential nature of pizza is, it's a fucking pie. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
So you wouldn't
if your ass can't eat bread, don't fucking eat bread. If
Imitation.
Your ass, which camera do I need to be looking at right now?
Okay,
I want to look directly
right here.
This
people.
One?
Right here.
People. I can't eat bread because I shit blood when it happens. You don't need to be fucking eating fake bread. Take that Ezekiel shit. Take your little fucking, rice, almond, whatever the fuck.
But
fuck right off. The Italians knew nothing about your cauliflower pizza. Go fuck yourself. Nah. I don't even know if I pulled that. It's at the same time. It's beautiful and fuck yourself.
It was like, oh, I love you, but fuck you.
Yeah. Well, quintessentially, man, I believe it was the great poet Tech Nine that once said, I love you, but fuck you.
Yep.
Nah, dude. I'm down with it, though.
That's cool, man.
I wanna try it, man. Just because of the fact that how the clean food that I'm eating now.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm starting to hit the peak where
I'm gonna tell you this, though.
I'm running out of shit to eat.
I'm gonna tell you this though. Cauliflower crust pizza.
Uh-huh.
I would not consider that a clean meal. It's definitely junk food, bro. It's just healthier than the other junk food that's out
Okay, now
there.
if you were carb loading, again, I think it's the spawn of Satan. But if you were carb loading, does that caveat still apply?
No. If you were just strictly like eating to load on carbs because you were gonna do something with the carbs later on that morning, no, I don't.
Right, but that's where your objection is. It's
I don't think it's healthy because.
Okay, then never mind. I'm not trying it.
Yeah, but it's a lot healthier than pizza.
Because you're also getting a lot.
If you're gonna cave in, I would say just go for the.
I'm on this one. I'm on Sean's side. If I'm gonna cave in, bro, I'm gonna go for the real thing.
What I was going to say, man, is you also have to take into consideration the sauce, man. There's a lot of sodium. If that's a problem for you personally, whatever.
Like, I can't really fuck with a lot of sodium.
Unless it tastes too salty, I don't give a fuck.
That's the reason. That's the reason as into why when I work out.
You got high blood pressure, right?
Yeah, when I work out, that's one of the reasons as into. And when I work out, bro, I sweat. I go through about 600 calories just on my cardio. So I sweat a lot, but that's the reason as into why I don't drink Gatorade, because Gatorade has a shitload of sodium
and sugar,
sugar,
which is definitely not going to be a good thing for you if what you're doing is trying to eliminate the sugars and the carbs.
And I did something today that I'm still thinking about it right now, and I'm still regretting it. I mean, I'm pretty sure nothing's gonna really happen, but it still bothers me. Just so you can see where my mind is at. I remember when we went out to eat for lunch. Remember where we went?
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we went to Taco P.
I had a cup of iced tea.
And
I shouldn't have done that.
Why not, dude? Was it sweet or unsweetened?
Yeah, it was sweet, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that shit.
That's one big thing, dude.
But to my own defense,
yeah.
I mean, it was still a shitty thing that I did. But to my own defense, I have not had anything else other than the Rockstar Zero and water. I'm still on that water.
Look, you really, people should be pushing this a lot more. The only reason you should be counting the small stuff like that is if you are 100% trying to go for an elimination style diet, as if you're trying to get numbers. Like, if I do this for 6 weeks, what are my results? Whereas,
but I'm trying to turn it into a lifestyle. That's what I'm saying.
Right, man. But if your lifestyle doesn't account, that's what I mean is if you're going for a lifestyle type of change, you have to account for the variabilities. Every once in a while, you're probably going to eat a fucking candy bar. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lifestyle change.
But what if I don't?
Wait, eating or not eating the candy bar?
No, eating the candy bar, but doing it in moderation. Like not eating it every day. Eating it like maybe every 3 months.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
But see,
because that's actually fitting more to a lifestyle.
This is my mentality, though.
Yeah.
My mentality is like, and you're gonna think I'm fucking crazy, but it's just the way I'm wired. And this is a brain thing. It's not even a physical thing. Like I'm getting to the point because my body and my mind are starting to realize that I don't need a lot of this shit. Like the mentality that I'm getting into is if I don't need it, I kind of don't want to eat it. So like for example, I don't need candy to survive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I could get away 100% from candy.
Let me ask you this. Do you think you need sugar to survive?
No. You don't.
Let me throw this at you, man. And I know...
Well, that's tricky. Because if you don't consume sugar at all...
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor and I'm asking. I don't know.
Yeah.
But see, you can't eliminate sugar completely. Because what I was going to say was if you don't eat sugar at all, can't your sugar levels drop?
If you're diabetic.
No, if you're not diabetic.
If you're not diabetic, no.
No? Okay. Then, yeah, I don't need sugar.
Your body should be able to metabolize it from other things.
From, like meat. You get sugar from meat.
Yeah.
So.
Well, also, that's why you have to do not carb loading necessarily, but you do have to have carbohydrates
and see,
in the diet.
that's the other thing. The other thing that I don't mind is I don't mind, and again, I read this from Live Strong, the website.
Yeah.
Live Strong and the Mayo Clinic. They say that I could do one of two things. I could eat a cup of carbs every day, 7 days a week, as long as I keep it at either a cup or under 30 grams. Or I could do
carbs?
Carbs, yes.
Okay.
Or I could do what Sean said, and I can choose 2 days out of the 7 day week, and I can load on carbs.
But this is like
2 days a week
to gain what kind of results?
This is just so that you don't to lose weight. So that you don't, because if you do that, you don't. What they say is that you won't.
If you eat nothing but carbs, but you restrict your calorie count, you could do the same thing.
Yeah, but that's
not going to be good long term, though.
Exactly.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You don't gain weight.
But that's the same thing with eliminating the carbs altogether. Yeah. You're going to be good for maybe 3 months at the outside, but at that point, you're going to be depleted on something.
Yeah.
I mean,
my point is on that point.
Yep.
My point is, again, I don't mean to sound drastic, but I want to be realistic too.
Yeah.
Like on that point, you could still survive. Like you're not gonna die, and you're gonna be healthy.
Well,
no, you're not gonna be healthy. You're gonna survive, yeah, but you're going into.
What's gonna happen?
What's going to happen with
depends on what you're not getting. If you're not getting,
if I don't eat carbs,
if you don't eat carbs, it depends on what your body is used to. Like if you function this time, so this bit that you've been on this diet without carbs,
3 months.
Have you noticed any symptoms of like lethargicness, any dizziness, any lightheadedness, any like lack in energy?
lightheadedness
Yeah.
at the beginning, but
Yeah.
not anymore.
Well, that's typically those happen at first because your body is just
It's
getting
not getting used to.
it's,
It's
yeah,
getting
it's,
used
it's
to.
just getting used to that difference in diet.
Yeah.
So if you notice, there's not real a big difference, dude. I think it's just for what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to be,
And that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That technically,
Right.
you can survive without carbs
Yeah.
and be healthy.
yeah, you can.
I don't.
live-
I don't think it'll. Like, I don't think it'll fuck you up. Like, I don't think I'll end up in the hospital.
You're going to have to take it into account somehow. Now again, your body can produce the sugars and all those metabolites.
Now,
I do think,
which,
though-
which brings
Yeah.
me to my next point. This is why, and this is what I read off Live Strong in the Mayo Clinic. This is why. What people need to understand is what you really need to stay away from completely if you want to remain.
What you need to
clean.
stay away from is people that tell you to stay away from shit completely. They're fucking usually going off of one data set. They don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck they're talking
It's
about.
like-
I read some fucking article today that pissed me the fuck off, man. They're talking about fucking 1 cup of soda and 1 cup of fruit juice a day, like gives you, I believe it was a 15 to 20% increase in the likelihood of cancer. It's like,
Huh?
what kind of cancer are you talking about?
Yeah,
What exactly, what metabolic functions are we
that doesn't
talking about
sound
that?
right.
Well, of course it doesn't fucking sound
It's
right.
like-
They're
it's
going
like
off of
the
one data
people-
set.
It's like people that say that you shouldn't
Yeah.
eat fruit because it has sugar. Like, first of all, what you need to understand is that you can eat all
Does it
the.
got glucose or fructose? Which one is it?
It's
Both, I believe.
both.
Yeah.
But what people need to understand about fruit is that it's the added sugar that you have to watch out for. The natural sugars in peaches, nectarines, oranges, you're fine with that. You're not unless
I mean, to a certain extent. I don't think you should overdo it.
No,
Right.
that's where I was going. Not unless
Well, it's even got sucrose.
like that's all you're intaking, then that would be a problem.
All right, sucrose is what table sugar, right?
Yeah, fructose, glucose, and a combination of the two is called sucrose, or table sugar.
Oh shit, right there, table
Yeah.
sugar. Cool.
But the sugar in fruit are packed with less densely than it's packed less densely than a candy bar, according to, I don't know how to say that, but yeah, a pediatric at the.
So what? Like, just to cap off
Yeah.
my point. My point was that the only thing that you really need to stay away from
Yeah.
is bread, tortillas, and cokes.
Well,
So what?
I mean, I don't think that's even healthy for some people. Some people function perfectly normal with bread, tortillas, and
but I'm
Cokes.
saying when you're
Yeah.
trying to lose weight. Is
I
what I'm
I
saying.
think it's just like you have to
If-
gauge what your like goal is, okay? Like if you're a person that's active pretty much a good chunk of the week, where you get like
But
you're
see,
where you're burning
that's
about
the other thing that you need to take into account.
yeah, where if you're burning like up to 3,000 calories, like in the
And-
span
and-
of 2 days, 3
and,
days.
and most people are not.
No, they're
Yeah.
not, dude.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
I would say, you know what, dude, the sugars probably will not affect you. You know,
Yeah.
if you're eating a limited amount of sugars, you're not eating a candy bar every day
Yeah.
or anything like that. And power lifters, big, bulky ass monster men, dude, they eat candy bars and it doesn't really
Yeah.
affect their
But
performance.
Okay, but now
again,
here's an issue with
because of
that,
the way
man.
that they work out.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, exactly.
Well, no. But not just that, man. They have to take a lot of fucking trouble for supplementation when it comes to, say, we were talking about fiber earlier,
Yeah.
and some of basically the fiber to feed the gut bacteria, because otherwise you're risking heavy fucking diverticulitis, man.
Yeah.
Like when you just have the proteins and nothing else going in there. I mean, that's an issue.
You throw off the ecosystem in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that goes back to what I was saying about you can live some of these extreme diets, and as far as I know, the main push against the fruit is the fucking fruitarians. These motherfuckers that think they can chew on kiwis and guava all day long and be fucking fine. And I mean, aside from giving you the shits,
Yeah. That's the only problem you're gonna have.
Yo, if you look at
well, no, you're gonna have a problem with your.
But what my only point with that was that I've done enough research to find out that you're not gonna have a big problem with natural sugar. It's the added sugar that fucks you up. Like,
Yeah.
people really need to understand.
Again, it's what you're trying to do. If you're going for, saying, a true, like, ketogenic state, stay the fuck away from it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. The only time you need to be,
So you're saying don't eat fruit if you're going to a ketogenic
if you're trying to go for keto, yeah, man.
In fact, dude, that'll throw you off keto completely.
And my understanding is you can't even do, what is it, the intermittent fasting with keto. You got to go, like,
yeah, you gotta eat fat. The thing is, you gotta fat. You gotta fat all day. You gotta eat fat.
no.
Basically all.
No, you got to go to starvation state.
Oh, you for real?
Yeah, you have to deplete your.
I thought that's what the fat did. It bypassed you
no.
starving yourself.
No, 'cause
and
your body
it threw
can-
your body into a curve where it was like.
No.
So then
ketosis.
I'm not on a keto diet.
No, dude, you don't.
Yeah.
Bro,
I just
bro,
eat
I saw
meat.
you eat beans today. You're not on a keto diet. Dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
You basic bitch motherfucker.
No,
Hey-
but this is like you mentioned fruitarians, and this guy, he's an Olympic runner. I don't know his real name, but his YouTube handle is Durian Rider, and he's like a vegetarian, but specifically, he's a fruitarian.
Mhm.
So this guy feasts on fruit nonstop. He'll buy like a box, one of those big like boxes you get at Sam's or Costco, and just of bananas, dude, filled with bananas, and he'll just eat that shit all day. But
Here's a fun
how
little
does he
fact.
have
They
a-
actually measure radiation doses by a single banana.
yeah, oh really?
how does he have a six pack?
Dude, because he's nonstop, dude. He runs, he cycles, he like swims. He's like,
Okay, now
Yeah.
let's bring in some weird shit. What about something like jackfruit that actually has your protein base,
well,
actually has some of your
That's actually where he got his name from. Durian is a durian fruit
Right.
that has a lot of protein, like jackfruit.
Yeah.
And he'll eat anything that's a fruit. He won't eat vegetables really. He won't eat meats, no meats, nothing like that. Processed stuff, no, just mainly fruits. Every now and then he'll talk about it. He'll cheat by drinking Sprite.
Why?
But that's about
Okay,
it.
this goes to something I was going to bring up earlier. If you're doing some elimination diet thing, like if you're all right, when you're doing the full run, trying to get your numbers, by all means, don't fucking cheat. Stick to it. Get your metrics down. But if you're doing this for a lifestyle, what you want to do is every once in a while go back and touch base with like the things you have issues with. If Coke was your fucking, if you know, Dr. Pepper used to be my fucking Achilles heel, man. I'd kill a 24 pack of those motherfuckers. I can't even stand it anymore, man. It just tastes like.
I love
can't
Dr.
even-
Pepper. So fuck what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
Look, this is what I'm telling you though, man. After a couple like years of not drinking it, trying to go back to it, it had lost all appeal.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of things like that. Like for the first, I'd say 2 years of not eating bread, dude, I used to have dreams of fucking like pastrami rye sandwiches with
Yeah.
brown mustard, man. Like I'd wake up like thinking I had just eaten one. Like,
And to
Yeah,
be
dude.
to be honest, man,
Yeah.
like that's something I don't miss. I don't miss the bread. What I do miss is the flour tortilla, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I fucking.
but here's the thing:
miss.
do you think after you stick to this diet for a couple years, do you think you could have the willpower to like just try a fucking tortilla, man?
Nah. And you know why? Because of my addictive personality. I think what's gonna click in my brain is the same thing that clicked with my alcoholism, which is like I've been away from it so much that my brain is gonna be like, dude, just don't touch it. Unfortunately.
Have you
And I say that unfortunately
Yeah.
because I feel that, like Sean is saying, in a couple of years, like if I stick to this, in a couple of years, there's a lot of shit that I'm not gonna eat again.
Have you guys ever had your blood work done to see where like you're lacking in your levels?
Long time.
Long time ago?
I did it 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Everything was fine. The only thing that I had a problem with, well, I mean, everything wasn't fine. I'm lying.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't lacking everything, but I had an overflow of everything. That
I
was
feel
the
you.
problem.
Okay.
So yeah.
I-
So that's when my doctor told me,
Yeah.
dude, like you need to change something now.
Yeah.
If not, you're gonna have a heart attack by the time you're 40. So
I get my blood work done like every like month when I go to the doctor, and there was at one point where I went, and the lady told me that I was like predisposed to like diabetes.
Yeah.
So that scared me.
me too.
And at that point too, like I was taking like probably like around 6 medications, Like not for my
Yeah.
diet, nothing like
Yeah.
that. Just for like my bipolar, dude. So
Yeah.
I noticed once you level out your levels, like metaphysically,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know, it kind of helps with like your mood
Yeah.
and like the chemical balance in your brain as
Yeah.
well.
I feel that I'm telling
Yeah.
you, dude, that's what I've been saying. Like,
Yeah. Well,
I feel. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
a lot what had to do with that and me figuring out what exactly I needed. I mean, granted, now I don't do this shit, and I should probably go back to doing it. Was this diet, dude? The whole 30 for 30 months. It's just
For
it's a,
30 months.
I mean, for 30 days. My
I
bad.
was like, what? The
For 30
fuck?
days, you just do this diet and you start putting in stuff slowly back into your body to see what is causing.
Okay, you're
Your
talking an
imbalance.
elimination diet.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what do you break it down to basically? What can you have at the first day bottom tier level?
Just meats, vegetables, and very little fruits. You can't eat fruits that are high in the sugar.
Do they? Okay, well they don't break it down by families of fruits like.
Yeah, they did. They do. But that's how I equated it. Like it was just mainly fruits that were high on sugar. Like you're not gonna eat a mango on this thing.
Yeah.
You're not. You probably eat a couple strawberries, mainly berries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Berries.
My understanding is
that's-
papaya is supposed to be really good.
Yes,
Yeah.
papaya is supposed to be really good, and it's also a natural fat burner. So the best way to eat papaya is in the morning
Yeah.
on an empty stomach for breakfast, and you're gonna see results quick. Which brings me to my next point. I was gonna bring up papaya, and I was thinking of switching my breakfast from my protein shake
Yeah.
to papaya in the morning. The only thing that sucks is that papaya is a fat burner, a natural fat burner, and it's also a natural detox. So, which means that it flushes out of your system rather quickly. So what I'm saying is
You're gonna get the shits.
No, you're not gonna get the shits. You don't get the shits after your body gets used to it.
I think if you eat enough papaya.
Well, yeah. If you
You
eat
eat enough
enough
of
anything, you're gonna get the shits.
Except cheese.
No. Well,
No, you guys don't get constipated with cheese.
no, I get the shits. If I eat too
Depends on what kind of cheese.
But anyway, what I'm saying is, you get what I was trying to say was that you actually, after eating it, you're basically gonna shit it out rather quickly, so you're gonna be hungry again. So I was thinking maybe I'll eat the papaya early in the morning after my workout, take my shake to work,
Yeah.
drink my shake like at 10, and I should be all right. And then I'm gonna have lunch at 12, so should be
Yeah.
fine.
Do you guys think it's weird that there's no like waiting period between meals now? Basically, like whenever you feel hungry, you pretty much have the ability.
Well,
to eat.
Right.
but
know?
you need to understand that that's what fucked everything up. The fact that we don't put our body on an eating schedule
Yeah.
is why we're all fucked up. If everybody ate on an eating schedule, I guarantee you, and I'm not shitting on fat people, I'm really not.
Yeah.
But if we were all on an eating schedule, there would be less obese people in the world.
I think the reason that makes a point that is valid is because people kind of tend to wait for that time to eat, you know?
Yeah.
But
you also gotta-
the fat people.
You
me-
also
me
gotta
speaking,
think.
fat person here.
Yeah.
I mean, if I snacked at 10:30, if I ate something at 8, snacked at 10:30, and I felt remotely full or to the point where I really wasn't hungry, I'm still gonna eat at 12.
Yeah, that's the
You
problem.
know, because I'm trying to keep this
The
eating
full-
schedule.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
I don't think eating schedules work for everybody.
The,
You know,
the eating schedule works, but
Yeah.
it was just gonna bring me to this point. The other problem is that we are not eating clean. If you would even just eat remotely clean, like a lit kind of,
Yeah.
like you would get away with it. The reason why is because if you were to eat clean, by the time your next meal is coming, your body would have already burned and distributed whatever it needed to distribute to your body.
Yeah.
So you'll be hungry again. The reason that happens to you or other people is because you're not eating.
But I think this isn't like, I mean, because other people have other digestive issues. And,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's
Right.
unique and different.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is the eating schedule probably doesn't work for everybody. You know, everybody has their own little hacks for their bodies.
Okay.
Everybody.
Me and Freddie were having this conversation the other day as far as the intermittent fasting goes,
Yeah.
and it's an issue that I've run into many times. Is I am a little looser when it comes to that whole, you know, whether you're doing an 8-hour window or a 6-hour window, a 3-hour window. If you want to be a psycho bastard, go ahead. But
It's supposed to be 16, technically, between 8 and 16.
No, I mean the
like
eating
your
window.
eating window.
Oh,
The window
okay.
in which you're actually, you start eating. But that was what we got to in the conversation was part of my issue is I would drag it out as long as possible, end up going like 24 hours. We may have talked about this on a podcast,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
But
You were like
not-
super sleepy that day.
I may have been. Sleepy, code word for stoned out of his mind. But putting those periods on it, like when the window starts, like if it's like, okay, I start eating at 8 o'clock in the morning, have a fucking meal at 8 o'clock. Even if it's not your main meal, even if, if you're snacking or something like that, grabbing a couple pieces of fruit, whatever you're doing, start your metabolic clock when you're trying to get that window, and then close it out. You know what I mean?
Now, the other thing with intermittent fasting, and this is completely however you decide to do it, but what I found out that works to help you get everything going, it's very important. And a lot of people that do intermittent fasting, they don't do. And you should honestly, again, going back to science and health and shit, you should do this regardless, even if you're not doing intermittent fasting. But this is why it's very important to drink 8 to 12 ounces of water, half an hour to an hour right before you go to sleep. And then when you wake up, the first thing you should do is have 8 to 12 ounces of water before your breakfast or whatever the fuck else you're gonna intake. Because it's like, and this is gonna sound weird, but it's the simplest way that I can actually put it. It's like when you wake up in the morning, and I get it. Some people don't do it. They're nasty, whatever. That's not the point. Most people get up in the morning, you go to the restroom, and what do you do other than pissing? You go to the sink, wash your hands,
Shit shower and shit.
and then you throw water on your face to like wake the fuck up. Okay, when you throw that water into your system, you're kind of waking your metabolism up, and it's not food technically, but you're letting it know that something's on the way.
Yeah.
So it kind of get back to what Sean was saying, kind of gets your clock going. And it's also, it makes it, I think one of the articles said that it makes it up to 30% easier for your body to digest that first meal.
Right. Well, you need the water to be able to run through the metabolic processes.
Yeah, exactly. So, and a lot of people, including myself, before I read up on this shit, I wasn't doing that. And now I'm doing it diligently.
And by the way, if cheese is constipating you, that might be your issue.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to drink some water with that
Yeah.
cheese, brother.
Oh,
You
probably.
need water.
Yeah.
And whatever you do, don't drink the milk. You know how people drink a glass of milk?
Yeah, fuck milk, dude.
Yeah,
That shit's bad for you, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't-
some people, you know what, dude? I don't want to tell people what to do, but my opinion, fuck milk.
Yeah.
Mm.
You can find other fucking ways of getting calcium.
Yeah.
So,
If you want that milk, dude, go put your mouth on that cow titty
yeah.
and suck it out.
Just so y'all know, just because our cameraman is saying it, I want to throw this out there. You don't need milk.
No,
yeah, you
not
actually
at all.
really don't need anything that comes off of an animal either.
Well, I'm not gonna say that because I love a steak. But
Yeah,
so
but
fuck what you're talking about.
I think everybody in this room
But,
loves steak.
But what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
milk, because people have this perception that you need milk for strong bones. That's the way we were fucking brought up with that broken ass pyramid.
Right, but here's the difference, man. Like, I don't know about y'all, but even when I was a kid, having that like glass of milk, I never got that like feeling. I felt
Yeah.
like I'm all mucusy now. Like
Yeah,
now my
dude, I
stomach's
felt-
kind of
Yeah,
fucked
it's-
I
up.
felt
Thick.
heavy in my stomach.
Yeah.
Right. But okay, going back to your whole no animal products thing,
Yeah.
man. Like, I actually eat rare steak now as an adult,
Yeah.
whereas I didn't when I was younger, because I like that literally makes me feel good. Like,
Yeah.
and it's not just the satisfaction of knowing that an animal has died for my pleasure. I mean, that's
Yeah.
good. That's a bonus. But the actual physical digesting of the food feels good. Like the energy I get from it.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
shit I take in the morning is even glorious.
Yeah.
You know what else feels good? I mean, at least for me, when I eat it, dude, a Snickers bar. But I know I don't need a Snickers
But do
bar.
you feel good afterwards?
Yeah, I feel like
But
energized. I
that's-
feel
but
happy.
That's different.
It isn't
though.
really. It's a Snickers bar. It's not a whole candy bar. It's not a whole like. What I mean, it's not a whole big thing of candy. You know, it's just a
Okay,
Snickers
that's fair
bar.
enough, man. That's fair enough.
But
That
you
goes
don't-
back to the discussion earlier, man, about like you
Oh,
do.
you gotta
Yeah.
keep eating
Gotta be
things
variable.
that make you happy.
well, don't keep eating them, man.
Yeah.
But
no,
like,
no, I'm saying like every now and then.
yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
dude.
if you,
Like
if you hadn't had a
like a
Snickers
month
bar,
ago, like everybody knows, and if the audience does not know yet, I'm a sucker for Reese's cups. Like you kill me. That's my kryptonite. Like Reese's cups is
Yeah.
my shit. I used to literally sit down and eat like 12 of them in like one sitting, no problem. I don't do that shit anymore. But point being is, I had not had a Reese's cup in 3 months, and 2 weeks ago, I had one, and it was delicious, and I did not feel bad about it at all.
Yeah,
good
it
for
didn't
you,
even
man.
make
But
you
then I
physically bad,
looked,
did it?
But
It didn't even make you feel physically bad, right?
Nah. But I
Yeah.
will tell you what kind of fucked with me mentally a little bit. I opened the wrapper. I ate it. I enjoyed that shit. But then when I opened the wrapper flipped around, and on my hand, the side of the nutrition facts hit me in the face, and I decided to read that shit, and then that's when I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, but you did it. You did it that one time. You know,
Yeah.
you're not like.
And I haven't done it since. Damn, bro, I'm making it sound like it was crack.
look, man, if you this is a genuine message to anybody out there who's doing the calorie counting. If you're on a diet, if you again the elimination, all that shit. But if you're gonna count the fucking numbers, all you do is take the numbers from whatever fucked up thing you had, whatever that fucked up thing is. I don't give a fuck if it was a piece of fruit or if it was 2 liter of fucking Coca-Cola. You just take the calories from that. If you're going to be one of them number crunching motherfuckers, you take that number and you just subtract that from your usual meal. That's all you do.
Or you could work that shit out.
Or you can do that.
Yeah,
So
I've always been better.
So that's
yeah.
that's where I was going with it. So because I ate that Reese's cup and I read the wrapper, I normally run 4 miles in the morning, right? That's what I do. So because I ate that fucking that candy, I went back to the gym in that same day in the afternoon, and I ran 4 more miles, and it made me feel better.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I overdid it, but it made me feel better.
Yeah, well, that's
and
the
it was
important part.
It was good though.
You do the things that make you feel fucking better, man.
Yeah.
It did make me feel it made me feel.
That was always the retarded part about having conversations about diets with people. Is they're like, "Oh, well, I'm doing this, but it's fucking miserable." Well, then find a different diet, stupid.
Yeah. I would even say that with working out, dude. Like if there's
Oh,
a certain
yeah.
part of your life that you're like sacrificing because you have to keep up this workout schedule, you know, then ease up on your workout schedule. You're not gonna be Mr. Olympia, you know. I mean, unless you really want to be Mr. Olympia, then
I get it, man.
You know?
But when I feel, and this may be different for other people, but I feel that when you get to the point where I'm at, and I'm not even saying that I'm physically fit,
yeah,
but I'm to the point where I would really wish you understood. I really feel good, dude, physically.
yeah.
And now my biggest...
You feel good physically now,
Yeah.
but if like what I'm saying, I'm not talking about you, but if this applies to you,
Yeah.
if it gets to the point where you're doing stuff and you're not even enjoying it anymore,
Yeah.
then ease up on it. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like I stay physically active all throughout the week. I skateboard, I like lift weights, and stuff like that, because that's what I love to do.
Yeah.
I don't do it like in an extreme amount. I maybe spend like an hour doing it.
Yeah.
But that's what I like to do,
And see, and that's another thing that I tell people, because like some people at work have told me
Yeah.
that I work out too much, and they made me think, but I really don't, bro.
Because if you enjoy it, dude, it's not
no,
gonna feel like that.
It's
Right.
not even like that I enjoy it. I do, but it's not even that I enjoy it. I thought of it, and I really just work out 2 hours out of the day.
Yeah.
I don't think 2 hours.
I don't think that's a lot. I don't think that's a lot of time.
You know what I'm saying? So like I'm good about it. Anyway, so I don't know how the fuck. Oh, rice.
Yeah,
That's
we
how
were talking
got-
about Bruce Lee's
yeah.
diet.
We got off the subject. But my point was that either a cup of rice daily, not just rice, a cup of carbs daily, or under 30 grams, whatever,
Yeah.
you can do that daily. Or you can do 2 days of a carb overload, but you have to do it just for 2 days. And then also it explains in the article that when you do a carb overload, it also can't be like dirty shit. Like, for example, you can't sit for a day and eat a whole pizza. You know what I'm saying? So it would have to be like rice. It would have to be like pie. They say that you can eat the gluten-free pasta. You can do the pasta. You can do rice. You can do beans. Shit like that. And you can do that like throughout the day.
Well, honestly, your smarter move is probably going to be to get something like find a fucking green you like, a cruciferous, fucking cabbage, broccoli.
But see, that's the
whatever.
problem. To be really honest with you, I don't like any green. So that's what really makes it
Nothing?
difficult. Nothing, man. I don't like anything green.
Even
Okay,
if
you
do
know
it
how
in
I
some
said-
bacon fat.
You know how I said that?
Huh?
Hey man, don't
Even
do
if you
anything.
do it up with some bacon fat, and butter.
I don't like bacon.
You know how
you can't eat the pork.
Yeah.
You know how
Butter,
I said
motherfucker.
don't do anything that you don't enjoy.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's moments where you have to kick your ass and eat greens, bro, and eat vegetables.
Yeah, and I have to do it. So you know what I eat? Because
What?
I can tolerate it?
What?
Broccoli and spinach. Because I can tolerate it.
Fair enough.
Mm.
I think maybe you need to add some more like color in there. Maybe some alkaline vegetables.
I like black women. I've already established this.
No, not like. First of all, you're not even throwing that color in your sex life, bro.
And if you want to be like real diligent, pussy is not calorie free.
Yeah, dude, it's not, bro.
Not if you're eating it right.
There's
I was going to say something, but I can't.
no, but there was this book, dude, that I read also, man. It's called The China Study.
Yeah.
And basically, this guy went around the world looking at areas where people lived the longest,
Mhm.
and he found that there was this
Asia has some old motherfuckers.
Hawaii.
And Asia.
There was islands in Hawaii.
Samoan motherfuckers live a long time, too.
Well, not all of them. There's some of them that live in
Well,
mainlands.
yeah, people die, but I'm saying
Yeah.
the Samoan race, like full-blooded Samoans, tend to live.
Because he noticed that it's not a race issue. It's not race people. It's just the way they're living in that
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
Dietary
Yeah.
practices.
Again,
they're-
Asian people.
They're a
and-
lot closer. But the one thing that he noticed is all of these people ate an abundant amount of carbs.
Don't tell me that, bro.
But they're not eating pure. What is the
They're not processed
pure
carbs.
processed carbs? There you go.
They're just like
See that's
like if they're gonna eat rice, they're getting it from the rice paddies that they
Yeah.
work in.
Yeah.
You know, if they're gonna eat pasta, they're getting it
Right. But
because they made it. You
they're
know.
also likely doing like whole rice type of stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fermenting and all this
Yeah.
as well.
See-
There are studies that kind of go along with the China study that
Yeah.
indicate that the high rice diet in certain Asian countries has also led to pancreatic
Yeah,
cancer.
yeah. That's whenever the rice isn't processed or fermented well enough, and it becomes like a paste.
Yeah.
You know. Same thing with pasta. Pasta that's not made or cooked well enough, and then it becomes kind of gooey into a paste.
Yeah.
Can affect your pancreas as well.
Yeah. Because of the digestion.
It doesn't get to break it down all the way because it turns into like
Well-
kind of like a gum.
My understanding as well was that it also throws having that much of the processed carbohydrates also throws off the your metabolism in a way
See,
that affects your
and that's
your
why also
hormones.
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna like go into detail about it, but that's why also you shouldn't eat ramen noodles. I'm gonna ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken raw ramen noodles and lit them on fire?
Yeah, I have. I've used them as like as wood kindling.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So anybody that loves eating that shit, I
Let me
advise
you
to try doing that
Yeah.
in a safe environment, please, and then see if you'll ever want to eat that shit.
Well, also,
again.
there's a shitload of stuff in ramen noodles that your body can't even process. A lot
Exactly.
of that soy protein is not. Your body can't do shit with that.
I
Yeah.
want to let you guys know that calorie, that measurement of food, is the measurement of how fast that food will burn.
Right.
Yeah,
You know, so if
Yeah.
it burns really fast,
yeah,
it's got a lot of calories.
yeah.
If it doesn't burn as fast, like when you light it on fire, it doesn't really have that many calories.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah, a lot of these watery vegetables.
Damn,
Dude.
When have you seen three not so bright motherfuckers enlighten other people?
I don't
Because
know.
basically everything that he's saying is like factual. You can look this shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one viewer we got sitting on their couch at home going, I heard it on Oprah years ago.
You guys ripped her off.
So can we go back to another thing that I
You want to talk about Bruce Lee again?
his diet, if you can find his diet.
Yeah, I got it right here.
He's one of those motherfuckers that changed his diet a lot as well, man.
Yeah, he did. That's what it was saying.
That was my point.
But he typically, we were talking about these Chinese people that
Yeah.
eat weird. He typically stuck to a Chinese diet.
Yeah. He ate a lot of rice.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact.
My understanding was at one point he was on that whole macronutrient diet, or not, macrobiotic.
And
For a
another
while,
thing that
so-
people didn't know, if like people can look it up, he ate a lot. Like a lot.
Well, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I don't know that he ate a lot or not. I
Yeah.
haven't seen, but I would assume he would, because of the,
He
amou-
was-
the
I-
amount of physical
Yeah,
effort
Right.
that he put into
I
it.
believe he was going through. I believe it was like 5,000 to 7,000 calories a day.
Yeah,
He
that's
would
not
avoid
unheard of.
refined flour. He
Yeah.
would eat Chinese food. Bruce Lee enjoyed Chinese food as he felt the Western food was often too bland. Some of his favorite Chinese dishes were beef in oyster sauce and tofu.
Oh, that's fucking gross.
How is tofu gross, bro?
I've tried it once.
And you didn't like it?
Look, I like miso and natto, but fucking tofu is just useless.
Yeah.
I love tofu, bro.
Fuck.
I don't know. You guys are weird, bro.
Look,
Avoided dairy food, so he ate no cheese. He didn't eat none of this milk shit.
I don't know if I trust a man who doesn't eat butter.
Small portions and more meals.
I have one
Drink
small
protein
issue
drinks.
with butter, but we'll get into that.
Did you see what his protein drink consisted of?
What's that?
Non-instant powdered milk,
What does that mean?
eggs,
Hold on. What does that mean?
non-instant powdered milk.
Does it tell you next to it?
Yeah, which is reported to have been higher concentration of calcium than any other forms of powdered milk.
Okay. And then eggs.
Eggs, sometimes with the shell.
Ugh.
Okay.
Wheat germ or wheat germ oil.
What the fuck?
Peanut butter, banana, brewer's yeast. So this is yeast that you use to make beer.
Yeah.
Okay, insulate and what is that? I'm sorry, man.
You know, there's a lot of beer drinking cultures that do eat the yeast
Yeah.
after the brewing
Yeah.
process.
I don't know how to say these last two.
Lecithin.
What was this one right here?
What?
You want me to sound it out?
Inositol?
Inositol. Okay.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but
Hey man, it sounds a lot better than what I was gonna say. But inositol, it is found in many foods, particularly in cereals with high brand content. Plays an important part of your health and cell membrane, and particularly the specialized cells in the brain, bone marrow, eyes, and intestines. And then the other one, lecithin?
lecithin.
Lecithin, taken in granular form, It's mixed with all these other. I'm guessing these are these are amino acids, because it's mixed with glycosapine or triglycerides and phospholipids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of this is probably amino acids.
And then he took all these dietary supplements as well.
Vitamin C, B pollen, vitamin E,
Rose hips.
rose hips, wheat germ oil. I've heard of all of them except for wheat germ oil and go up. And the second one.
Lecithin granules.
And rose hips. Other than that, I've heard of everything else.
Mm. Again, man, the guy was going at it with a scientific vigor.
Another thing that I want to throw out there as well that people need to understand, but most of us we need to be realistic. We do not do it. There's science behind this shit because I've read it. Technically,
Everybody and their mother's read it at this point, but do they understand what the fuck they're talking about, man?
Technically, you can eat whatever the fuck you want because your body will burn it. The catch is that the dirtier you eat, the harder you have to work out.
Well, not just that, but you have to deal with the metabolites from whatever you're putting in there that's having a problem.
Exactly.
But
the toughest living proof of that is Floyd Mayweather. This dude, like a lot of people, he does eat clean. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I've seen this dude stuff his face with Big Macs, candy, chocolate, and he does this on like more than one occasion. It's not one meal. It's not once a day.
Yeah.
It's not once a week. But then you YouTube his workout routine, and you understand why he can do that. So my only point: not unless you work out like that, you can get away with fucking eating whatever the fuck you want. And that's why I'm just saying, just like Sean was saying, you can have a lot of the yummy stuff and the carbs and the shit like that, but you have to have like a limited amount. And I think 90% of the world population today, that's what we have the most problem with.
Carbs?
We have the most problem with limits. We don't know where the fucking limit is.
Well, also, we've got this idea
Because it's like that Louis bit. My limit is when I hate myself.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to get to, man, was like we've kind of crossed this weird line where, okay, candy tastes good, but why do you have to get full on it?
Exactly.
Like, isn't it enough to just have the flavor of candy?
Why do you even have to get full in general when you eat,
Well, sometimes you're trying to, like, load up, you know?
Okay, I get you for that. For purposes of, like, having stuff to burn later.
Well, not just that, but, like, sometimes you're, like, we were on the road this weekend, and, like, sometimes you don't have time to stop and eat. And it's like, okay, now is when we're fucking eating.
Okay, I get you.
Now, another thing, going back to what you were saying earlier about, because you just reminded me about, what were you saying? Oh, the time, the time meals that you were talking about. The other problem is in this country more so is that number one, we have a fucking fast food joint in every corner. Secondly, if I'm not exaggerating, 80 to 90% of the population, we're always on the go. We always got to be somewhere. We're always running late somewhere because most of us have a 9-to-5 job. We have a family. We have kids. We have shit to do. So what is it? Where does most of that suffer? In our food, because we don't have. A lot of us don't have the time to like, hey man, I got like to think about what the fuck you're gonna put into your body.
Right.
So sometimes it's like, hey man, there's that McDonald's, pull over real quick. Let me get that real quick. Even if you do have a little bit of time and a little bit of money, you pull over, and what do you pull over into? Into Chili's, into Applebee's. And then when you do pull into those places, bro, do you get the fish and the salmon and the chicken and shit? No, you're gonna get the flatbread with all the shit on it because like
I'm gonna push back on you a little bit there, man. Part of the reason that you walk into these places like Chili, well, not so much Applebee's. Applebee's knows their customer base, but like Chili's is a great example because you walk in there and they've got that whole, fucking, are you on a diet? Are you counting your calories? Here's your, all that shit. And you see a lot of places that are doing that, man. And they would not be doing that if their customer base wasn't calling for it.
Yeah.
If they weren't, they probably got tired at some point of like, hey, I'll have this, but can you cut this out and this out and this out? And it's like, fuck it, we'll make that a plate. That's a thing you can order now. Just your little bullshit neutered meal. And I say that in jest, people. By all means, if you got to eliminate stuff from your diet, eliminate it. But what I'm saying is the more and more. Okay, great example would be McDonald's, man. If you are if you're hungry and McDonald's is where you need to eat, don't just walk in there and go, hey, give me a number 2. Walk in there and go, hey, man, give me, 3 meat patties and maybe, I don't know, if you're doing carbs. It's not the best meat in the world, man.
I don't think McDonald's is the best example.
No, it is the best example because that's the one that's all right.
That's the most that's readily available.
No, if it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you're out somewhere.
It's open 24/7.
I get it though.
Nationwide.
I get it, but I'm
not saying temptation doesn't exist there.
The only reason I'm saying it is because McDonald's is probably one of the only few places that even their meat is shit. And I'm telling you because I've seen documentaries how this shit is made.
I'm gonna tell you this though, dude. There's McDonald's in pretty much majority of every continent in the world, Yeah. And the meat is different everywhere you go. That's just what our food regulations allow McDonald's to do with their budget.
And that's why they're $1 billion industry.
But what I wanted to touch on is
but
you mentioned
walking in there and getting a patty and a salad is not going to kill you. Is all I'm trying to say, man.
Yeah, no, it's. I don't think.
Have you seen how they make that patty?
No, dude, but there's nothing wrong with the patty.
Look, aside from the sawdust and the rat shit, you're getting the proteins you need.
Yeah.
If that's what you're going for.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, sometimes there's salad.
It has to go through an administration board to say, hey, will this cause anybody any sickness or anything like that before they put it out. So maybe it might not be like the best looking thing out there to eat, but it's not gonna like mess you up and kill you short term.
I like the way you put it. I get it though. I get it.
But Japan, dude, is another nation that's always on the go. There's readily like a lot of fast food chains available like per block in Japan. In Tokyo specifically.
Well, you're talking about a culture that has cooking as part of the. Granted, they're also the people that came up with the ramen noodles, but
that's like it's different in Tokyo. Tokyo is strictly like business. Like there's a lot more single people. There's not a lot of families in Tokyo. A lot of people that live in Tokyo work like absurd hours. I think like 60 hours a week or something like that. Yeah. So there's food joints everywhere, fast food joints, and specifically a lot of McDonald's. And they're not obese, dude. They're not obese to the point where America's at.
Again, go listen to what I said earlier, though. Yeah. That's why I said it very specifically. The one of the food problems in America. I didn't try to directly point it at McDonald's.
Yeah.
The bigger picture is that we have a fast food joint in every corner.
Tokyo does too. So there's a lot of fast food joints in Tokyo.
To be fair, it's not like the fucking Japanese don't have their own health issues.
No, they have different health issues, but obesity is not one of them.
They do have obese people.
But it's not an epidemic problem like it is here.
Fair enough.
Where half or more than half the population is overweight.
The other fucking problem that we have too, I don't want to say it's a culture thing.
Yeah.
But the fucking microwave, man.
Yeah, dude.
If we were to stay away from the fucking microwave.
Shout out to Europe, bro. Europe outlawed microwaves and yeah, dude, they outlawed microwaves and what's it called? Dryers, clothing dryers.
Excuse me, look that shit up.
Yeah, dude, for real. Like, I'm gonna show you.
Clothing dryers?
I think clothing dryers.
Get fucked. God damn, that's retarded.
Wait, where is this?
This is in Europe specific.
So-
I know in London
what
or in the
What
United
happens?
Kingdom.
So what happens when I have to tour over there?
You
I can't
don't,
dry my clothes.
No, dude. I mean, typically when you're touring over there, I'm hoping that you're gonna get your shit like dry cleaned if you need it cleaned, and but they're not gonna use a dryer. They're gonna they have their own methods of drying it fast,
Oh,
but
fuck
but
that.
regular people just hang it out to dry.
Oh, and by the way, London, not the best example. You're talking about a city and a nation where you have to own a license to watch TV. So, again, get fucked. To the British people.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Oh, you don't know about TV licenses?
dude. There's only you have to have a license to watch specific channels because there's channels that you can watch without a license.
Now,
but
the
there's only
caveat also is cable. If you have cable, that's
Yeah.
something else altogether.
and the only person you're only allowed because the government strictly has power over a lot of things.
What the fuck, bro?
Why don't clothes dryers use microwaves? Oh, that's just Reddit.
Yeah.
Being Reddit. That's not the worst idea in the world, but I imagine somebody'd burn their house down, but that's nowhere near what you needed to look for.
Here, let me look it up individually in different tabs.
Just illegal microwaves in Europe.
Illegal microwaves in Europe.
I will come to the defense of the microwave, man. If used properly, it is it can be very helpful for.
I'm not saying like never you. Well, first of all, I'm not saying never use it. Second of all, there's an alternate, and I have it, and it works fine. If you got 3 extra minutes, it works fine. The toaster oven.
The toaster oven.
You can use a fucking toaster.
You can't use the toaster oven for everything, though.
Well,
In
But I
Russia,
mean, like,
Poland.
are you really gonna eat like fucking soup every day?
No, you're not going to eat soup every day, but all right, you can do eggs in the toaster oven, but it will probably stick to the container you're doing it in.
Why the fuck would you do eggs in the microwave?
Because it's quick.
Yeah, dude. Do you know you could cook a whole chicken in the microwave?
No, I know that. I know it's
That would
possible.
also not be the most tempting chicken
No.
in the world.
There would be no sear marks.
I just don't understand.
Sear
like,
marks.
I love sear
All
marks,
right,
bro.
fine,
bro.
fine.
Yeah, they're crunchy skin.
You're the reason we have fake sear marks on our
Bro.
chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I hate the fake sear marks. The ones that they just paint on there. There's no. You can't taste that crunch from the skin. on it,
Right.
you know.
Right. You know that's what's giving you cancer, right?
Pretty sure. There's a lot of things that are gonna give me cancer.
And I will say
Now,
this: if you're going to eat chicken, eat it with the motherfucking skin on. Be a goddamn grown up,
No.
and it's
fuck
delicious.
America.
Fuck that. Don't eat the skin.
You're not invited to my barbecue, Freddy. I swear to God, you come to my barbecue and you start picking off skin on my chicken off.
Hey, you know what, dude? If you start picking off that skin, pass it over to me.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so I got to invite both of you. Damn
Yeah,
it!
it's a package deal.
Look what you
I'll
done to
pass
me,
it
Freddy.
over to you.
I'm not gonna eat your skin.
I hope you don't.
Way too wrong.
It's in Germany. So most of these places, I thought it was in London. Like in
Germany's fucking retarded. These idiots are trying to.
Yeah.
They're eliminating. Was it nuclear power for the fucking Earth? So they're burning brown coal, which does way more fucking damage than
Yeah.
that good old Virginia black coal that we got here in the United States.
but Russia and Poland have outlawed microwaves, and they stated for the fact that it's not safe for the household. It's not safe for consumption. Like you get microwaves. I think their debate that they were saying was that microwaves are heating up and cooking your food.
Oh yeah, that's the problem with Poland. All in microwaves.
Germany, there's other countries they're saying here. There's a place in Oxford.
I'm sensing fear on the Slavs towards new technology, and that's a historical thing. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
it'd be much more comfortable if it was just dirt roads and an ox. They'd just take them right back. Fucking hell, man.
Turkey.
Wait, hold on. Look up Estonia. I want to know what Estonia thinks about this retarded shit, because those people got their fucking shit together. No, Estonia. I think Astonia is a city in California,
That's what I was like, what? Okay.
and I'm sure they've got a stoner population.
Estonia
Microwaves.
on microwaves.
It would just warm my heart if the first headline you found was just an Estonian quote going, "We think it's retarded." Big news. U.S. defense. Yeah. Dude, if you ever get a chance, there's a little mini documentary that Vice did about the Estonian National Guard, and like that was enlightening because like it was basically a bunch of like computer geeks like out there, like fully geared up, doing the whole fucking thing, and just like it's like, yeah, if Russia invades, we'll fuck them up.
I don't think they really care about the microwave thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Estonia got more important shit to worry about. Shout out to the Estonians.
But what I think is even weirder is how they do TV, like we were talking about in Great Britain.
I don't want nations.
Well, the funny part is they spent 60 years trying to convince people that they had vans that could detect when you're watching illegal TV.
Oh yeah, they did.
They don't.
But they were telling people that.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
They told people in the 50s that they had the technology to tell when you had a TV on and what was on your TV.
There's no commercials in the TV. Like if you get your TV and you plug it into the wall in Great Britain and you watch the TV that they have, there's no commercials. You know why? Because the government doesn't want any company influencing your judgment or pandering. It's not a capitalistic nation.
I like that.
They kind of codified a lot of what we consider capitalism.
You could get Sky TV, which is the only cable provider in Great Britain.
Yeah.
And there they have commercials.
Those have some of the other. There's Sky and there's another one, but Sky's done some good stuff.
Yeah, Sky's in Mexico too.
Now, all I want to say, I don't want my point to get misconstrued.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to say never use a fucking microwave. All I was trying to say was stay away from it as much as possible. Just like fucking ramen noodles. Look, I've been down on my luck. I've been dead broke. Sometimes all you literally have in your pocket is $1.50.
Yeah.
And fucking ramen noodles are 70 cents. So I got you.
Well, it's not just them. It's a convenience factor as well. I know people that have money that still eat fucking ramen noodles.
If there's anybody listening to us in prison, keep using your microwave, bro.
Yeah.
Keep using it.
That's all you got, bro.
That's all you
Plus,
got,
if you're in prison...
And you're listening to this, dude, fuck.
Shout out, dude.
How the fuck are you getting a computer in there, dude?
Love, brother. Love. As a matter of fact, if it's a women's prison, even more impressive.
Yeah.
We know where you hit it. We're just impressed that you did.
We'll talk about our address. You can send us mail later.
So shout out to C Block.
Cell block floor.
Yeah.
Cell block 4.
Yep. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only thing I wanted to make sure that I get out there and be clear about.
No, you're right, man. There's a lot of the way we treat microwaves and the shit we eat from microwaves. It's not good.
Exactly. The reason that I pointed out the most is because I personally know people that live off the microwave and also live off canned food.
Is this specifically like they live off the microwave, meaning like the microwave, like the food designed to be cooked in the microwave?
That, yes.
Because I mean, what Sean was saying,
90%
what Sean was saying was just like if you cook whole food in a microwave, it's not, I don't think it's as bad.
It's radiation, bro.
I know
it's not radiation.
It's microwaves.
Yeah, it's radiation, but it's not the radiation you're thinking of, man.
It's not the radiation they give you whenever you go get chemo.
No, I know it's not that.
It's not radioactive.
But it still causes cancer.
No, it doesn't, man. What causes the cancer? Micro. Okay, great example. The house that we were staying at this weekend. Shout out to our host, but
was it an Airbnb or what?
No, it was
a badass house.
It's the buddy of mine. He's the one of the guests we had on not the last episode. Yeah, I guess it would be the last episode, episode 59. Eduardo Gazar, great dude. Managed to break the front off his microwave.
He broke the what?
Broke the front off his microwave.
How?
And then proceeded to keep using it for like
when I was there?
3 months. Oh yeah. That microwave was fucked when we were there.
No, but that happened when I was there?
No.
Oh, okay.
That happened like 2 years ago, man.
Okay.
I'm just saying, man. He still kept using the microwave for a while. He's like, oh, it's fine. You just put the thing on there. And I was like, that's the point where my paranoia kicks in. Like, I get...
You're letting the shit seep out.
And plus, I used to use... I remember using the old school, like, 80s microwaves that, like, fucking hummed and put off heat. And it was like, holy shit, this'll kill you.
Yeah.
But what we got right now, man, it's not what you think it is, man. The microwave's not what's killing you. It's the food that's getting made in that microwave and the way people are making food in the microwave. I was gonna say, don't cook your meat. Like, don't just stick meat in a microwave and go, oh, I'll set it for 5 minutes or whatever it is. You have to monitor it. You have to flip it. You have to make sure it's got like moisture in it, because if that thing overheats, it will denature the protein, and you might as well just be, fucking eating cardboard.
Have you ever seen whenever you stick something in the microwave and it gets really dry? That's what happens. It gets into like that.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing as the getting it crispy and whatnot. It's your body can't use that stuff, and if it tries, it's going to lead to problems down the line.
Are you for real?
Yeah. Like,
so you were legit by telling me that the eating the skin with the sear marks.
Look, it's not going to hurt you on a regular basis, but like people that eat like well done steak, I mean, first of all, they have.
You're a piece of shit if you do that. Just
for what?
For eating well done steak.
I was going to let you off easier. I was just going to say that you have no taste as a human being.
Do I look like a 5-year-old to you, dude?
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. Yeah. Anybody that eats a well done steak might as well eat shit, because you're.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, and by the way, just to we're not jumping up on the elitist throne here. I just want to throw this out here as is a little bit of a tangent. One thing that I miss fucking dearly, fucking steak fingers from Sonic with that fucking black pepper gravy, man. That shit was beautiful.
You want me to be real with you?
You don't like it.
I fucking miss the shit out of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
There we go.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You told me you didn't like fried chicken, motherfucker.
Again, let me reiterate the phrase I said.
You're very specific. Kentucky
Fried. Miss Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Real question is, original or crispy?
Original, bro.
Gangster.
Original.
Gangster.
You gotta keep it original, dog. And them biscuits, I don't know what the fuck they put in them biscuits, man.
Nah, dude, fuck their biscuits,
no,
bro.
Fuck that. Those
you try to eat one of those biscuits without water or any drink, dude. Fuck that. Dude.
First of all, if you're eating it without gravy, you're doing this shit wrong.
Nah. Nah, I don't know.
You don't put gravy on biscuits?
I don't really like gravy.
Sean,
what?
You're black, ain't you? Sean's got some black in him.
I thought he was an honorary Mexican, dude, but now that you say it, dude, I'm thinking.
I think he's
cannot
black.
Just be a Southern boy. Just a simple Southern boy.
You know what? We're not going to bring color into this.
But then
yes, Sean.
Yes. But then people get on my ass because I like grits. And I like grits with my waffles.
I'm with you on that.
But the only reason that I don't eat grits here is because people here don't know how to make grits. I'm sorry. You don't fucking. You got to go to Louisiana.
Oh, yeah. As soon as you cross that border, find you a fucking, even if it's just a waffle
Shout out
house.
to Smokey's Rib Shack. I think that's what it's called. Shout out. Motherfuckers, they know how to make some grits. And they got great ribs, too.
Yeah.
Sometimes Smokey don't need to go to rehab.
Word. But yeah, man, Kentucky Fried Chicken, bro. Them biscuits and that chicken. I don't know what the fuck they put in that chicken, bro. There is, yeah, bro.
I know you wanted to talk about movies for a bit.
No, I mean, I got it. I was still on this Bruce Lee thing. The reason that I was on.
Were you gonna segue movies into
a little bit? Yeah. Shout out to Enter the Dragon, baddest fucking movie that he ever made.
Word, bro.
Yeah, dude.
That scene where that girl is massaging that guy and she's showing her titties.
Yes.
That was the first time I saw titties, dude. Other than my mom's, but.
You didn't have to caveat that.
Yeah. Shout out to Marina Valdez. First pair of titties.
What the fuck?
Outside,
You just brain fucked me. I hope you know that.
I doubt she listens to this anyways.
Now, when I meet your mom,
yeah,
I hope you know that's the first thing I'm gonna think about.
Yo, picture me sucking on him as a little kid. That's totally gonna mess up the picture of my mom's titties in your head.
It did,
and that's gonna make me feel a lot better.
Okay, yeah, it did.
Those are instruments for food, all right? They're not pleasure instruments, all right? I told my dad that.
Yeah.
Work.
And your dad politely chuckled and walked away.
He didn't even acknowledge, but yeah.
It's like you don't even know, boy. You don't even know.
Before we get off this subject, and I can't ask you because you don't give a shit. But what's something that you really miss with a passion that you cannot eat anymore, but that you're like, holy fuck?
Dark rye. Seriously, dark rye bread, like a really good, like fucking, like heavy fucking dark bread, man. Like that was just my jam, man. Like with butter.
So
and with,
like Popeyes and Kentucky, like nothing.
oh, I miss a lot of things, man. Pizza, like I fucking like. I don't miss bread in general.
When was the last time that you had pizza? You remember?
It's going on 6 years, maybe.
Fuck, man.
It's been a little
Damn,
bit.
bro.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Yo, dude, if I make a portobello mushroom with pizza toppings inside, low sodium pizza sauce, would you eat that?
He doesn't have high blood pressure.
Hmm?
You have high blood pressure?
No, like I was saying earlier, unless the food's too salty, we're good. Like unless I can taste the salt.
I got you.
Like salt is something that should be there.
I
You
have
only
high-
notice it when it's gone if you're doing it right.
Yeah,
It's kind of like we were talking about. You put a little bit of a pinch of salt in like your water in the morning.
yeah.
Like you don't want it so strong that you taste it. You want it there so it's just that background. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
So no, but you just mentioned the bread. But like, what's like? I guess my question's more like, what's a meal that you miss the shit out of that you can't have anymore?
I don't know, man. Pasta, fried chicken.
Is it a lot? A lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, man. There's just a lot of stuff I don't eat anymore.
There's got to be one, bro, that you just like.
But
you
like,
would
look,
kill
if the
for.
one thing that like, oh, if you did like a meal,
Yeah.
Like your last meal.
chicken fried steak.
Hey, respect.
And
With cheese? With cheese or no cheese?
I'm gonna act like you didn't ask me that question because one, I've never heard of anyone putting cheese on a chicken fried steak.
Bro,
What, dog? What?
bro, hold on.
What
Time out.
the-
No, all right. Explain this to me. Explain this. Run this one by me, Leo. Now I'm gonna make him fucking fess up for this. What did you just say to me, man? What is
What?
this? What is this weird magicry that you're talking about? Cheese on chicken fried steak. Who does this and why?
My
I-
nigga, dog. Whoa, dude. Bro. Shout out to El Paraíso in Zapata.
Cheese on chicken.
Let me show,
fried.
dude. Let me show you the most magical thing you're ever gonna see.
I'm not
dude.
kidding. I've traveled all over this state trying to find chicken fried steak in my younger years, and not all over this state, but I've sampled
Bro,
hundreds
next-
of chicken fried
Next
steaks.
time you go to Laredo, don't go the way through Heavenville. Take 83 all the way up and stop in Zapata and eat at El Paraíso, dude. Let me show
What,
you.
so I
can't
can
have
stare
that,
at this chicken fried steak with cheese on it?
No, they just have good food, dude. They have really good food. I mean, most of it right now is I'm showing in front of you, and it's probably unhealthy as fuck.
Yeah, I can feel my asshole just fucking clenching up as a.
Look at the
watching
sign,
this.
dude. Look at this sign. Once you see that sign, you know that you're in Fatville. All right.
Oh yeah, no. If that dude was standing on the corner, he was like, "Hey man, you should go eat down here." I would fucking totally. I'd be like, that motherfucker knows where food's at.
Let me show you. Okay.
You people can't see this, but that motherfucker was just big in all areas.
The hefty boy.
Yeah, well rounded.
Let
Like he's got them Santa Claus cheeks going on.
me show, dude. Where is this picture of this fucking right here, bro?
Holy shit! I thought you meant like a little. That's
Nah, dude, smothered in fucking cheese.
Is there even gravy on that?
Oh, right here, right here.
That little.
You see that?
White gravy? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, white gravy.
No,
But,
hey,
dude-
look, brown gravy or get the fuck out.
Bro, it's the most delicious
I'm
thing.
sorry. What? I don't want to misquote Mr. Diaz. What is it? Blue cheese or go fuck yourself?
Yeah, blue
brown
cheese.
gravy or go fuck yourself.
Right there, bro. That's
Yeah.
the top aerial view.
God
Oh my god.
damn, that just screams South Texas.
Bro.
I just nutted in
dude.
my pants.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. I'm not a big
Is that
fan.
avocado?
Avocado, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
I don't know about the rice. They fucked me up on the rice.
I'm not a big fan of chicken fried steak, but I would
No, no,
suck dick
I-
for this chicken fried steak.
I don't know.
Nobody's asking you to.
no, I would though.
Yeah,
I mean, don't be wrong. Chicken fried steak and a blowjob, awesome.
Yeah.
But, and I'm not gonna lie, this doesn't look appetizing. The reason it looks appetizing in my head is because I know when you put that in your mouth, it's gonna be delicious.
Yeah.
But it looks like I can't describe this to you people if you're not looking at it. But it's
to me.
Search it up on Google, people.
To me,
Show-
man,
show
because
appreciation to
because I love cheese. To me, the way again minus the rice and that bullshit taco on the side, that plate looks delicious.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that taco looks pretty weak.
Yeah, no. To be honest, dude, they don't really even serve you that taco. when you order the chicken fried steak.
They
I
just put
think,
it in for the ad.
I think they just put it in for the picture, dude. But they don't serve you that taco, dude. It just comes with that guac, the beans. And it comes with, you could get it with fries. You add fries, like they serve it with fries. Yeah,
that
dude.
sounds like a carb overload. Fuck
Bro,
that. I don't want the fries.
you go to Zapata, dude, and you don't see anyone wearing 32 size jeans, dude. It's 34 and up, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah, Fatsville, bro.
Fucking belts with homemade holes in them and
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Hey man, I had one of those fucking belts.
Damn.
Uh,
But yeah, no, I'm a simple man. Don't get me wrong. I've had like the Southwest style chicken fried steak where they throw in like the cayenne pepper, the red pepper, and all that. So it's got a bit of a kick to it. You know what I mean? But seriously, a simple fucking a dry chicken fried steak, not that fluffy nonsense. I know y'all were all salivating over the original recipe, but if you're gonna chicken fry a steak, it just dry.
let me.
dry to the
Oh,
bone.
you haven't had it, so it's
brown
it's a pointless question. But maybe I can like to you because you haven't had it.
Right.
What?
But have you had the chicken fried steak from Cracker Barrel,
Nah, dude.
bro?
The only chicken fried steak I've had is this fucking.
Bro, I mean that looks
Shit right
delicious.
here, dude.
I'm with you.
That's
It's this one.
Yeah.
This one.
You're one of those people you're one of those people whose moms put carrot in the potato salad, and you'd be like, "That's how it's supposed to be made."
no, mom. That's not how you made it last time, mom.
No, you're arguing with other people. Like, no, that's how my mom does
Oh,
it.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's how it's done.
Yeah, dude. I mean, no, I'm not that close minded. But
All
to
right,
be honest,
you know
I
what?
don't really crave
You know what?
chicken fried
Let's
steak.
pick a
unless it looks
fight.
like that.
Let's pick a fight right now.
All right.
Potato salad recipe. Go.
Oh, what do I? Oh, dude, it's gotta have eggs, dude. It's gotta have potato, obviously. It's gotta have mayo. It's gotta
All right. Mayo or helmet? Mayo or
no dressing, bro.
Okay.
I don't do the
straight
dressing.
straight up mayo. Okay.
Yeah, mayo,
all right.
dude.
I can respect it.
Mayo. Maybe a little bit of mustard, but I don't like it when it gets
Yeah.
yellow.
I was gonna say yellow or brown.
Nah, dude. I don't like.
Gotta be brown.
I'll do a yellow mustard. To be honest, I don't really care about the
brownish,
mustard.
whitish.
Yeah.
Because if it's too brown, you put too much. But yeah, but go ahead. Because everything he
right.
said to
Olives.
this point.
Olives, dude.
No, you
I
fucked
gotta
me
have
up on the
olives
olives.
in there.
Green or black?
Green.
Okay,
Pickles.
okay.
Pickles.
Yeah, no. That you lost me there.
That's about it. That's pretty much
Okay.
it.
That sounds.
Dill or
Nah,
bread
dill.
and butter. Okay, dill.
Yeah.
So dill pickles, green olives.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I can respect it.
That's pretty much it. And the hard boiled eggs. You gotta have hard boiled eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gotta be a right amount. It
I-
can't be the potato to egg ratio can't be overthrown.
I was with you
Yeah.
up into
The olives.
The olives, and you said something else.
And pickles.
Pickles and something else. There was three things that I was like, fuck that.
I don't know.
Olives, pickles, and you said something.
Yo, and if you put relish in your potato salad, I don't fuck with you, dude. Fuck no.
So yeah, that's how I would eat the potato salad.
With relish?
And no relish.
Oh, just no pickles, no olives?
Yeah, and it has to have the right amount of mayo.
Yo, dude,
And another thing,
are you
and
a
another,
fan of celery in the potato salad?
no, fuck no.
That's why I like you, Freddy.
So the other thing is that people need to understand, and this goes for my Mexican folks. There's no such thing as a crunchy potato salad. Please stop doing that shit. Cook your shit right is all the fuck I'm saying. So yeah, but that perfect.
Okay,
If you got a
chilled or
different-
warm.
Chill,
Oh, dude.
chilled,
Okay.
chill.
That's hard, bro. Dude, I like it both ways, man.
All right, now what's the caveat? Like, all right, you talking? You're at a barbecue. You're outside.
I don't like it microwaved. Like once it's chilled,
Okay.
don't heat it up.
Don't reheat. Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's hot when it comes out, dude, fucking scarf that shit down, dude. That shit's good. When you mix freshly, recently mixed up, when the potatoes are still hot. Oh, dude.
Right on. All right, man. Honestly, I'd go with almost the exact same recipe. I'd probably go with the brown mustard. Maybe add some fine diced onions just for a bit of background flavor.
Yeah.
But no pickles. And here's the thing I will drag from my mother's recipe into this celery seed. Not celery, but celery seed.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's I know, I understand. There's hesitation there.
I'll try it. I'll try it.
yeah, I'll try it, but I probably.
But I mean, I don't know if I'll like it.
That's as weird as I get with my potato salad.
I mean, the celery. What was the other thing that you mentioned? Onion,
Question.
dude. The onion.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Question.
Dude.
Not.
I'm a big fan of onion. I
not
like onion.
I don't like the chunky onion in there. I think that's the texture of
Are you
that.
talking
with
like a chive onion? Or
no,
like
no.
a green onion?
You could. But I'm just talking about like a fine dice. You know what I mean? Just in there. The flavor's there.
Cooked or is just raw?
No, raw.
Okay.
not potato salad.
Maybe a red onion if you wanted to get weird.
Not potato salad. But mashed potatoes in general. Question. Of course, we're gonna use butter because we're normal fucking people.
Right.
But my question is, milk, or
I prefer the straight butter.
okay.
I don't know. I've had it. I'm not a big potato, like a mashed potato guy.
I just feel there's
Yeah.
no fucking reason to have milk in there. I've even thought about like, what if I don't have butter, and like I can't run to the store to go get butter, and I have milk. I might even just
Okay, and here's the other thing with that. If you got some of that weak ass fucking 2% shit lying around, just don't even. First of all, throw that the fuck out. But
hey man, that's the only thing I could fucking drink. 2%.
you're lying to yourself, Freddy.
I used to like.
You're like, I
whole
gave
milk.
up porn, but I can't give up my 2%.
Well, it's because whole milk I stopped because of the fats.
Yeah, dude, just don't eat the homogenized shit, dude.
The only way you can't get the homogenized stuff is if you know somebody.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That knows somebody.
Go make friends with people with
And
cows.
honestly, if you're going to do that locally, you're probably better off going with goat's milk. There's some pretty good local farms around here that do goat's milk.
Sean's Mexican, bro. Sean's Mexican.
I'm just confusing the fuck out of y'all today, huh?
Yeah,
He's
dude.
Blaxican, bro.
He's Blaxican, dude.
And my inner Irishman cries.
Can you pretty much go to any neighborhood and not get messed with?
Yeah.
I've been messed with in neighborhoods, but it usually has more to do with why I'm there.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I would see Sean as that cool white guy that no one would mess with.
Yeah.
Whenever they come to the neighborhood.
To-
That's Sean, dude. That's Sean.
To be.
Well, as
when-
a convicted felon once told me, you look like you'd murder someone, dog.
Yeah, dude. You got that too.
to be honest with
me
you,
out of a
man.
lot of fights.
When I was in California, man, I was that Mexican. I could literally walk down any neighborhood,
This is where you got your taste for the ladies, huh?
and nobody would fuck with me, dude.
Nah.
Yeah, and then I was dating that one black chick, and her whole family was black, and I was the only
Yeah.
Mexican.
I would like to think that I'm that guy, dude. But I've been mugged and beaten up, like a lot of times just for
It's
being in the
because you
wrong.
have this expression of like, "Fuck with me, dude."
Well, fuck with me?
You're way
without
too nice.
saying-
Way
No,
too
I'm
nice.
not even saying that.
Nah, dude.
I'm just like, if I didn't know you
Yeah.
and I saw you at a store,
Yeah,
like your facial expression yells at me, "Fuck with me."
fuck with me.
Yeah,
In a good way or a bad way?
in a bad.
In a bad way? Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. I would like to think that I look tough, bro, but I'm not, dude. I'm not a toughie.
Well, if it's any consolation,
I probably
you're a big son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm pretty big. Like small people don't fuck with me. Usually people that like try to start with shit
bigger.
with me. Yeah, dude, they're like my size or bigger, bro.
Yeah.
So I for sure fucking get my ass whooped.
You know what? I think that was my issue with mean mugging people all the time. Was like I was not a big guy. Like
Yeah.
even now, like I'm not a big guy. I just hold a lot of weight. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But big dudes trying to fuck with me because I'm just in that fucking sweet spot where it's like, I don't feel bad for beating this dude up.
Yeah.
And never fuck with a small man with a mean look on his face because he'll probably just stab you.
Yeah. And see, with me, it was a little different. With me, it was a little different because, like, if I was at a bar, first of all, for the people watching this, I've always looked this way. And for 90% of my life, I've always dressed this way.
Someday we're gonna get that baby photo with the goatee on it.
Yeah, but basically, right? So I've always looked this way, like I've looked this way for, I want to say, 20 years of my life, right? So my point is that when I'm at a bar, as long as I'm sitting down, like nobody, I'm being serious, nobody would ever think of like fucking with me.
Nah,
It's
dude.
till I fucking stand up that every fucking thing goes out the window.
Can I be honest with you, dude? The first time I saw you, I
You
was
wanted to
like,
rob him?
no, dude, no. I was like, dude, this is a reformed gang member who was shot, and and I was like, bro, this guy has lived a horrible life. No one messed with this guy. And then I found out, no, dude, you always been like this. I'm like, okay, yeah, dude.
Is the bullet still in your spine?
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, it's till I get up that everything goes out the window. I was like, oh yeah, this dude.
See,
yeah.
I was telling you should go with the cane, dog.
Yeah.
Dude, just Professor Exit, dude, in a wheelchair, dog. It was automated wheelchair, bro. Fuck, dude. Looking good, man.
Yeah, man. But I mean, that was the only thing with me. So that is a nice segue to Enter the Dragon, man. When I don't know why the fuck that was a segue. I'm fucking with y'all.
Yeah.
But anyway.
All right, why Enter the Dragon? I'm not saying it's not a great movie.
Because in 72, bro, 73, 72, somewhere around there. In 72, if you go back and look at those movies, I mean, shit's fucked up, like technology, everything's on tape, directors are not that great, aside from Brian De Palma. He's always been a badass. But for when the times of, like, when that movie was made, I can't pronounce the word. What's the word? The not choreography, the other one.
Cinematography?
That shit. It's just down, bro. And then they painted and created Bruce Lee and depicted as the badass that he is. And lastly, what I will say about that movie is that final fight scene, bro. Just beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And then the still shot that became one of the most famous posters around the world. I used to own one.
You're talking about when he's in the house, that mirror maze?
Fuck yeah, bro.
Fuck yeah, bro.
That poster, fuck.
Shit motivates me to be Asian, bro.
I would not go that far.
Oh, dude.
I would not go that far, but yeah, dude.
I finally figured out y'all's rice fetish.
Yeah, man.
I just always secretly wanted to be Asian.
Yeah. No,
FYI.
Nah.
I get you, man. I went through my Weibo phase.
Nah, but I know you. What did you say? You like Fist of Fury or Big Boss? Which one was it, Sean? Which one would you say? Like, did you say was your
the one
favorite?
that I've watched repeatedly was Chinese Connection.
Chinese Connection.
That was a badass fucking movie too, dude.
See, because that one had. Are you talking about like cinematography, man? The way that movie's shot is to me is a lot more dynamic than some of the other films.
I mean,
It's
you
a lot
also
more
gotta
like
remember.
It's a lot more like
there was improvement from his first films.
Well, I don't just mean the technology-wise. I mean,
no, me neither.
The way they used the camera in that movie
exactly.
it was a lot more intimate.
Yeah.
Because, like, all right, what do you call it? Enter the Dragon, man. It's don't get me wrong. Like, Lee plays a badass in that movie, but he's always kind of at a distance. Like, you're watching him from across the room. Type
but
of
that
thing.
was the direction and the technology having to do it. That's what I'm saying. In the small improvements that there was made from whatever year gap those two movies had in between, like, I do believe that there was a significant improvement.
Well, there's also the way it was shot.
The example that I was gonna give you, and it's kind of sort of off, but it's what's coming to mind right now. Compare any one of those movies to Indiana Jones. See what I'm saying? So if you look at Indiana Jones and you look at like Enter the Dragon, Return of the Dragon, The Chinese Connection, whatever, like you put them side by side. Fuck the plots because they're completely different. That's not what I'm talking about. Nothing about the writing, nothing about the plot. The way the movies were shot, I feel, again, personal opinion, there may be disagreement. I feel that these movies, Into the Dragon, whatever, you could tell it just looks like better quality. Like, what's that movie, Indiana Jones, where the guy, like, the only reason
Raiders of the Last Crusade.
Yeah, is that the one where the guy pulls the hearts out?
That's Temple of Doom.
No, yeah, Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, okay, So the CGI, because for the people that don't know, that shit didn't really happen. So
You mean he didn't kill that guy by taking out his heart?
nah, man.
Dude, what they don't tell you is they had to do 12 takes, so many extras.
So
Word, that's funny. I got a funny story about that. So when I was just real quick to interject because you reminded me of it. When I was a kid, I was very naive. Of course, I was like 4 or 5 years old. Okay, I was 4 or 5 years old, and I used to watch movies. This was around the time. Let me just put it
Blowing my mind, Freddy.
into perspective, right? This was around the time when I used to think that the people in the TV
Were actually in the TV?
Were in the TV, yes.
it's funny how everybody had that face.
So follow me on this, okay?
Oh shit!
So I also thought,
Oh shit!
What's the oh
what
shit?
happened?
It's freezing on me. It's okay. We're good.
Okay,
We're good. We're still recording.
okay, good.
Okay.
So I also thought that when people got shot and died in the movie,
They actually died.
I thought they died. Now, check this out. The first time I saw somebody get shot and died in a movie, I was like, fuck. But I would keep this to myself. And now that I think about it, I thank God that I kept it to myself. I was like, fuck, man. That guy was so good and he died and I will never see him again. That fucking sucks. In my mind, right?
Mm.
So then, fast forward, I watched another movie with the same actor. And guess what happened?
He died again.
No.
Oh. That just.
I was like, what the fuck, yo? And then my dad explained the situation. And I was like, oh, these motherfuckers. I've been lied to much the whole fucking time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, going back to fucking, that was my interjection. So, those two movies, side by side, Indiana Jones and any of these Bruce Lee movies, they, if you look at them, like, dude, you can't say, and if you do say, I want to hear your explanation, that the, I just feel that the Enter the Dragon and their movies were of much better quality than, like, Indiana Jones. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
So does anybody feel different?
I feel like the quality of the picture was different, but I like the cinematography
Of
and
what?
the Chinese connection. Like
Okay,
it was.
so
a
I'm
lot.
saying the same thing.
Yeah. I like the way the camera panned out. I like the way the shots were arranged. It was like, to me, it was very typical of like a Chinese or Asian movie. You know,
Yeah.
it felt like very like that to me.
Well, that was part of the reason. Like, I don't necessarily get drawn to Enter the Dragon is because it's a very, very static movie.
It looked very Hollywood, like during that time, Hollywood
Bro.
70s.
Well, it didn't feel like the camera was there in the action. Like, they're much
got
older,
you.
like Chinese and
Yeah.
like I'm a big fan of like some of the older Japanese films, man. Like Kurosawa and some of the guys that were making the samurai movies back then.
13 Assassins, bro.
So my
But dude, the
question
idea of
is-
moving the camera within the shot
Yeah.
is a big thing. So go ahead, Freddie.
Bro, but you, what the fuck, dude? Like, really?
What?
Even though with those kinks that you're pointing out, like
It takes
like
me out of
the,
it, man.
Like the fight scenes, nothing.
All right, look, like great example from the same time, man. You ever seen The Mechanic, the original one with Bronson?
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna
dude.
lie, no.
Oh, yeah, bro.
No.
Fuck,
Okay, it's
yeah.
a
I saw the
very-
new one, I think,
I haven't
and
seen.
I don't think I even.
I haven't seen the new one.
come
And-
I've seen the new one.
Here's the thing: I can respect the movie for what it was, and it's one of those. I'm trying to think of a good movie to compare it to, but it's one of these where like you don't like the guy necessarily, like you're respecting him. He's an assassin, and he's going through like this very meticulous process, and you never feel like you are close to this guy. Like you never get in the character's head. Like you're just seeing how he's operating. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same way. And again, it's very still. There's a lot of long shots, just like Enter the Dragon, where they just kind of hold the shot for like, almost a minute sometimes. And it doesn't necessarily make. I'm not counting it against the movie in the sense that like I think it ruins the film. I'm counting it against the movie in that it doesn't draw me into the point where it's like fuck, I'm feeling the drive of this character. Like, I can witness what they're doing and be impressed by it, but like, I'm not involved. Does that make sense?
I get you. Yeah, I get you.
And a lot of that has to do with the way it's shot. You know what I'm saying?
Are you what's it called? Are you particularly like if a movie has a certain cinematographer, will you not watch it?
No, I don't.
No.
Like, don't get me wrong. I've noticed. I'm trying to remember who it was. Maybe It was either Tarantino or Scorsese that was working with a cinematographer for a while. That was, and both of them, their editors were vastly important.
Fuck yeah.
But you can notice the difference when it's like, okay, they're no longer working with what's his name for director of photography.
And
Yeah.
I don't even know why they would do that. Like, why a Tarantino or a Scorsese would do that.
What do you mean?
Because, like, I don't really think they ever needed, like, these, like, they're badasses. Like, why?
That's not the director's job.
Yeah, the director's job is not to arrange like the color, the light, all that stuff. He's just there to direct the actor
Wait,
and what's
so then
going to
correct
be
me,
caught on the camera.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So are you saying that they have no say in it either?
No,
No.
they have say in it, but ultimately,
So
it's not
what
theirs.
you're saying is they can't do that entirely without them. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, typically,
Because I thought that they, like, again, that's why I pointed
let me
out.
explain it to you like this, okay? Let's say you were gonna do a photo shoot, right? Let's say you've gotten your
Yeah.
picture taken, right?
Yeah.
There's that guy behind the camera
Yeah.
that's like taking your picture, right?
Yeah, okay.
And then sometimes
There's a guy in the editing room, another guy in the editing
kind of like that, but there's another guy also telling you, "Hey, man, move this way. Give me this. I want
No,
to see this."
well, most of the
Yeah.
professional headshots I got, it was
It
the
was
same
one guy.
photographer.
Okay.
But sometimes there's that one guy. So
That's
while
the director, though. But
Yeah.
what's more important when it comes to director of photography is he's the one who chooses what type of lenses they're using. Like, the director just tells him, I want this type of shot. And he might go, I want, like, a shot that I would get from this type of lens. But it's your director of photography that's going, we're going to shoot it, like this. So to get that image that you want, like, even when you see, like, the behind the scenes where the director actually has the camera in their hands, they didn't set that camera up. Somebody chose what lenses to put
Yeah.
on there, and, like, again, the lighting,
basically the director comes up to like the cinematographer and tells him, "Hey, I have this vision," and he tells him where he wants the camera to move and all this stuff. And the cinematographer's job is to make it look good.
I got you.
and also somebody where if you go, look, I don't know how to shoot this, like, I kind of have an idea of what I want to do.
Yeah.
The cinematographer is that guy that can go, okay, well, here's all your options.
Yeah.
And this is how we do it.
Yeah, you can take them into a space and go,
Gotcha.
if I wanted you to do something here, how would you do it? And they'd go, okay, I'd
Yeah.
light over there. Maybe we open a window.
You know another thing that also blew my mind,
What?
and it shouldn't have, because I come from like recording music, and when you have a good producer, good music producer like a Dr. Dre, Timberland, like that's what they do as well. But it took me like I was like, whoa, like it happens in movies too. But like, for example, the director, when they're shooting a movie, like they got everything down to the way you say the line.
Some of 'em.
And sometimes I think there's a lot of directors that don't particularly like to stick to a script. The script is there just to guide.
I've seen
Yeah.
like a lot of them, like one that jump. I mean, there's quite a few.
Yeah.
But one that jumps at me right now is Rush Hour 3, Brett
Yeah.
Ratner. There is a scene, and this is because I'm kind of geeky like that, and I looked into it. But there's a scene where Jackie Chan's been chased by a car. He runs into a dead end, and they're trying to run him over and slam him against the wall. And Chris Tucker, oh no, I'm lying. Chris Tucker's driving the car, and he's chasing somebody else. They run into a dead end. Jackie Chan runs to the wall, and the car's chasing him, and he jumps and he lands on the car, and he didn't run him over, right? Because it would have been an accident or whatever. So then he lands, and Chris Tucker jumps out the car, and he took like 5 takes because he couldn't get it right. So he was like, damn Lee, why didn't you move? And they was like, cut, no, it's damn Lee, why you ain't move? I almost killed your ass. And he was like, damn Lee, why didn't you move? I almost no, and he had it down to like the word. He's like, no, damn Lee, why didn't you move? I almost killed your ass. And they finally got. I didn't know that there was like it was down to the T. But also when you're recording a record, like Dr. Dre is known to be meticulous for that. Like when he produces your record, he tells you, even though that's the bar that you wrote, he tells you how to say it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, well, there's different varyings of like directors and like music producers and stuff like that. Like it all just depends. There's like Scorsese, he's not someone that likes to stick to a script, you know? He like the script is there just to guide, but if you come up with something better, he gives all the power to the actor, you know? It's like, hey, however you feel this character would say this, say it like that. You know?
He's very rigid in the outlining of the story.
Yeah.
But to go to his editing, Tarantino would be a better example because more recent. But the jump from Inglourious Bastards to Django Unchained, like it's a much different.
It's almost like it's the grain of the like you could tell.
Well, not just that, but the way the movie's edited. Like if you go back and look at Inglourious Bastards, Jackie Brown, Pulp Fiction, like those movies had a very what's the word I'm looking for? A unique style to the way that they flowed through the editing, right? And then you get to Django Unchained, and it's got a much more frantic energy to it. The way the movie moves.
Yeah.
And the same thing going into like, don't get me wrong, I think Hateful Eight is a beautiful movie. But it still has that it's not as smooth. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
And that has to do with the fact, I think his editor died between, like, right after Inglourious Bastards.
I think he did.
And the same thing with Scorsese in that he had a woman that was doing his editing since back in the 70s. And, yeah, there is a demarcation where you can go, okay, the movies look different now. Because there's not that second hand that's going in and cleaning it up. You know what I mean? Like, that's one reason the director can't do everything, is because you can't stare at you know this about material. You can stare at the page for as long as you fucking want, but at some point you got to show it to somebody else and go, does this shit make sense?
Yeah. And it doesn't make you any less of a writer. It doesn't make you any less of a comedian, actor, whatever the fuck it is. Sometimes you need that second ear, those second pair of eyes, because they just may look at it different, and then they can. And him and Rudy have a thing of like how to, like when you're up there, like I've seen him and Rudy that have a thing of like telling you, hey dude, that was funny, but if you were to say it like this, it's just because I feel, and they make sense. Like they're not being dicks about it or anything. Yeah. But I like it because it makes sense. And then it makes me feel like, oh, yeah, you know what? You're right. You know who else has a great fucking knack for doing that? Larry, bro. Shout out to Larry Garza.
Right on.
Larry Garza, I'm not going to say what joke, but Larry Garza, I don't know if to say he helped me. I actually reframed the skeleton of a joke.
Was this Larry Garza?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shout out to fucking Larry,
I thought you were talking about Jerry Garza.
No, Larry.
Which is like a completely different guy.
No, Larry Garza. Shout out to Larry Garza.
Okay.
Yeah. The whole skeleton of one of my jokes, he helped me redesign, but not rewrite, just redesign.
But that's what I think is like varying. Like you can't really say, hey, it has to be like this. They have to compare notes with other people all the time, because like there's a lot of movies that directors make to just be like what it has to be, like their vision and the way they want to tell this message, you know?
Yeah.
And like deviating from them would crumble the whole experience, you know?
I'm not necessarily shitting on the Rush Hour films or even Brett Ratner in general, man.
He's a dope-ass music video director.
That was what I was going to get to. He's at heart, he's a fucking music video director.
Him and Hype Williams are great music video directors. Hype Williams tried directing a movie. I'm sorry, Hype, You're the shit in music. That movie was shit.
What movie did he do?
He did
Let me look
Google
it.
it.
Up. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I don't remember, but he did one movie. He might have even done two. And
Right.
I was like, bro.
I'm just saying when you come in and say like, oh, Ratner had a specific way he wanted it said, it was like, I'm not willing to grant Brett Ratner the benefit of the doubt that he had an artistic vision. Like I think he was just like, this will look cool. Like
Yeah.
yeah, man. And plus, I'm still
I
mad.
think it might have been a documentary, bro.
And I'm still mad at him for X-Men Last Stand. That was a
fucking
it's a hot
horrible
mess.
movie, dude. Oh.
I mean, look, Bryan Singer is a piece of shit. We don't need to argue about that one. Bryan Singer, horrible human being, but goddamn it, that second X-Men movie, like it promised so much for a third movie, and then that bullshit. I even watched his stupid Superman movie. It wasn't bad.
Hey, real quick question.
Yeah.
What time are we at?
We're getting close to that 150 mark.
Okay.
151 rum. Come on, anybody.
Cool. It's because shit, I can say it, guys, audience and shit. I actually have a relative that's been waiting out for almost an hour that I have to pick up. So.
All right, you want to wrap this up?
Yeah, we.
I just want to say, if we ever get some backing financially behind this podcast, we will be renting the rights to Caribou Lou as the opening theme song.
Lou, dude. Fuck yeah. 151 rum.
Shit.
Make all the ladies
Have you
come.
fuckers?
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't even ask this because I know it's true.
Drank
I think-
51 straight? Yes,
No,
I have.
Hold on. That's where I was going. But my question was going to be like, we can all agree that we all had at least one horrible experience
One horrible experience
With-
in
on
my life.
151.
Oh, dude, I've never drank 151 rum, bro. I've seen people do it.
You've never had 151?
Nah, dude, I'm not a drinker, dude.
Bro.
Show me a bag of weed,
Bro,
a
bro,
bag
bro,
of coke,
let me
some meth, dude.
and
Fuck, bro.
Sean can
I'll
Sean
be all
Sean
over
can
that, bro.
Sean can attest
Bring me
to
your little
this.
cousin's Adderall.
Yeah.
I'll
Sean-
fucking just
Sean-
rail it.
You put a
Sean-
case of beer in me? Nah, dude. I might
Sean
sip
can
one.
attest to this probably. I once had 13 shots of 151. And
Whew, I could feel that just hearing you say that.
yeah, bro. But you know the crazy part about it? I remember the night.
Yeah.
And I woke up naked in my apartment, bro.
I think
Right in between the restroom and my bed.
Well, if you remember the night, how the fuck did you get? Well, I'm not. That's a separate question. You took your clothes off,
I
but
got naked.
why?
I got naked because I started sweating and it was hot. That's why I got naked. And I was like, I'm gonna get naked. So then I was like, I'm still hot, so I'm gonna get into the shower. I never made it into the shower because I fell and I passed out.
Shout out to anyone who's ever laid on bathroom tile because it just felt so damn
Fuck
good.
yeah, it was cool.
I want to know what you guys were on.
151. That's all
really?
I was on.
Nah, I don't want to touch that.
Again, bro, 14 shots,
Yeah.
13 or 14 shots.
God's own pure alcohol. That's what we were on.
Yeah, bro. When you ask for it at the bar,
Yeah.
I mean a real bar. When you ask for 151 at the bar, they'll light it on fire for you. That's how you know you're drinking 151.
I don't know about that, but they always used to tell me I'm only giving you 3.
Yeah, you can't have more than 3 shots at a public bar. So you're better off buying your own bottle.
Which is another reason you should never drink Long Island iced teas out in public. Just make your own.
Yeah.
I don't condone Long Island iced teas. I think you're doing some weird shit there, but if you're going to do it right.
Word.
All right, Freddie, tell them where you at, brother.
You can find me on social media across the board at Freddy G on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
You can find me at hatfieldstandup@gmail.com as well as on Facebook and Twitter. You can find the audio version of this podcast at shoutengine.com/bouncingbrains as well as on the Google Music Play app and Stitcher. You can listen to new episodes premiering every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at... sorry, we didn't make Monday's episode. Happens, y'all. But Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at rgvtitanradio.com. You can get in touch with us at bouncingbrainspodcast@gmail.com as well as Bouncing Brains Podcast on Facebook, Bouncing Brains on Twitter, and I believe I hit all the points we have in Instagram, but that's on Freddy. I don't deal with that shit.
Word.
It's been beautiful. Thank you for coming.
Y'all have a great night. Keep it tight.